Namaste, everyone. Today, we are going to see why we need to meditate. Why do we need to do yoga or exercise? Why do we need to do some service? Right? So, let's jump on. What are the three things we do have in this body which we see? One is the physical body, which you see, and another one is mind, which you can't see, which is everywhere, right? And the third one, which is very important, our spirit, the soul. So, what do we do every day? We give food for our body. Yes, yes. Suppose if we don't give any food to our body, what happens? We feel tired, we feel exhausted, we can't move, or we need energy to function. So, the food we eat gives the energy to function whatever we can do, and the function inside our body, which generates the energy to do anything, right? Of course, we cannot have food for many days if we are a Siddha who knows how to tackle the body without any physical food, right? But there are food which they too take. So, similarly, the other two, mind and the spirit, we do have it, but we are not able to see them. Since we are not able to see them, we are not able to think that they also need food to function well. So, the spirituality is nothing but where we give and nurture the food for our mind and the spirit so that they can function well. So, we understood the body needs food, right? So, one of the resource to get the energy is food. There are other sources of energy as well, which we can deal that in another video. So the second one is we need exercises or some movements in our body, right? For the blood to flow in our whole body because our whole body has different organs to function. Similarly, so now we know why we need to do exercise, right? So, any kind of yoga exercises is really needed for our body. And what is special about Sky Yoga? We can deal with in another video. Second point, why do we need to meditate? We need to meditate because we need to give food for our mind. So we do have like thousands and thousands of thoughts in our mind, right? But we can't see them until we pay attention. We do not know how to perceive them, or we need to know how to differentiate our own thoughts and others' thoughts. And that is what meditation helps you to stick on and to be aware of your own thoughts and how many thoughts you get and how to be not be emotional or dwelling in the thoughts, right? So all these things detailedly we can deal with in another video. So, is it a must that you need to do meditation? Yes, that is the food for your mind to operate at its best function, right? Then, let's go to the spirit now. Why do we need to? What is the food for the spirit? The food for the spirit. Let's see. Because it is divine, right? Everywhere the divinity is. What is the nature of divinity? The nature of divinity is to give, right? So the sun gives the light, the trees gives the fruit, the trees gives the carbon dioxide, right? So all this is giving nature. So then what nature do we have? Giving, of course, right? Not taking, right? So the spirit's nature is giving. So that is why one of the important food for the spirit is to serve. When we serve, that becomes a great, very important food for your spirit. What else you can give the food for your spirit? That is the knowledge of truth. There are many, many, many languages which have created the truth in different forms. For example, Bhagavad Gita, Tirukkural, Tirumurai, and many, many, many more. Right? So, reading, listening, especially listening to all these truths, right? When a great wise person reads it and explains to it, the more we listen, we are taking the truth because we are that ultimate truth. So, why do we need to listen to the truth? To purify ourselves because we have been added on many things, right? So, the spirit has to be cleansed. Not that it is not pure, it was pure when it came, but we have added many layers to it, so slowly the layers has to be removed. That will be removed only when we listen to the truth, right? And now we understand why we need the food of knowledge about the truth every single day, because that is the food for the spirit or the soul. So now we know why we need spirituality. Thank you so much for listening, and please feel free to have your questions down. I would love to answer if you have any. Thank you.